While Donald Trump is getting ready for his declaration of war tonight with Venezuela, and the White House is trying to beat back certain things that were revealed in the Vanity Fair interview that obviously don't put Donald Trump and the rest of his cabinet in a good light. He's losing more and more support in the aftermath of his tweet about Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle and their murder. I'm not going to read you that tweet again because frankly I'm not going to give the son of a bitch any more oxygen than I have to. But honestly, Trump crossed a very huge line, practically pissing on the graves of Michelle and Rob before they're even buried. But he's losing support, even from MAGA members, some of which still might have their souls. Some, not all. But I want to talk about one person who is about to risk everything in speaking out for Donald Trump. And I want to applaud them for that. Now, those who've watched wrestling in the 1990s and the 2000s at some point in their lives, especially the WWE, the World Championship Wrestling, and the Extreme Championship Wrestling, may know the name of Mick Foley. Mick Foley, who's made a Hall of Fame legendary career by nearly getting himself killed in every match, every extreme match that he's ever been in, involving chairs, ladders, thumbtacks, tables, and especially cages. This man has made a living off of being beaten up and entertaining the world. Even after his retirement and his election to the World Wrestling Entertainment Hall of Fame, he has maintained a huge presence in wrestling. The fans love him, and he has maintained that relationship for decades. Now, all of that is being endangered, not because of something Trump did, but because of a stand Mick Foley took. Mick Foley has made the decision to cut ties with World Wrestling Entertainment over its relationship with Donald Trump. His statement here on Twitter, and I quote, "Parting ways with the WWE. While I have been concerned about WWE's close relationship with Donald Trump for 7 months, especially in light of his administration's ongoing cruel and inhumane treatment of immigrants and pretty much anyone who looks like an immigrant, reading the president's incredibly cruel comments in the wake of Rob Reiner's death is the final straw for me. I will no longer no longer wish to represent a company that calls a man seemingly devoid of compassion as he marches our country towards autocracy. Last night, I informed WWE Talent Relations that I will not be making any appearances for this company as long as this man remains in office. Additionally, I will not be signing a new Legends deal when my current one expires in June. I love the WWE and will always treasure my time with them. I am deeply appreciative of all the things and opportunities they have afforded me. But in the words of Popeye the Sailor, I stands all I can stand, and I can't stand no more," unquote. First things first, Mick Foley, Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, whoever you want to be called by, sir, thank you. More and more Americans need to speak out against this. Now, you may not like Rob Reiner pissing on his grave, before he's even in a hole in the ground, in the grave, shows how petty, how sick, and how deranged this man really is. You may not like what Rob Reiner said about Donald Trump. I didn't like what a lot of you, including Donald Trump, said about Barack Obama, accusing him of being a Muslim agent, accusing him of having something to do with the 9/11 attacks. And that's just the tip of an iceberg that you and the MAGA have done. And let's not forget the birther conspiracy, hatched by Donald Trump and continued to be pushed by him. And let's not forget, after the Charlie Kirk murder, people were losing their jobs because they were celebrating his death. And you guys are celebrating the death of Rob Reiner. And what's really sick about all of this is that you're taking your cues from Donald Trump. The way I see it, you got no business to cry because we call out Donald Trump for what he did, what you accused us of doing after Charlie Kirk's death. And as for Mick Foley, he took a very huge stand. He stands to lose everything. He stands to lose his fans, his money, his status in WWE, because he made a choice of conscience. He made a choice for his soul. Nobody in the MAGA can say that. He made a choice for Donald Trump. And one way or another, you're going to pay for it. And as for you, Donald, good luck on your address tonight while you pull this country into another war. While everything that's happening behind the scene is finally coming to light. You showed what you always have been. A coward, a traitor, a rapist. And your supporters have shown what they've always have been. Racist, stupid, empty-headed followers of a cult leader. CTP knows you. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.